24 machine as they head to 1 and 2.
5 laps to go now. Devin Smith into the mix. The battle for second rages on. Smith trying to get to the outside of the 7. Trying to steal this podium away.
Yeah, these two battling as hard as they were allowed Smith to catch up to him. He was quite a ways behind these guys, but because they're battling, he was able to get right back up to him. I'm not sure if he's going to get that move done. Maybe try to get the run off the next turn.
Smith going to give the bumper to Malenko and blinks a little bit. This is the battle for the podium here. Malenko at the very least wants to secure a top 3 as Service just continues to drive off in the distance, and now Miz looking to secure that second place finish.
Yeah, we come to, I believe it's 3 to go now at Phoenix Raceway. Devin Smith continues looking for that podium position as he tries to figure out a way around Malenko. Devin Smith searching every single line he can think of in 3 and 4. He's gone high, he's gone low. That time he kind of stayed right behind Malenko, trying to figure out a way to get a run down this front stretch and be able to poke his nose underneath the 7 machine. Both of them run a little high into 1 and 2. Looks like Malenko gets the better drive off the turn as they go to the dog leg. And here comes Max Service, though, our leader, off of turn 4. He is going to take the white flag. 1 to go.
1 lap to go here at the Phoenix Raceway. Max Service his race has not been perfect, but good enough. And that's all you need to be sometimes, is just good enough through the dog leg. Service has played it beautifully. The cautions fell into his favor, and into turns 3 and 4. For the final time, Max Service is just going to straighten that Lowe's number 81 out off of turn number 4. The Jimmy Johnson Foundation scheme. Max Service is going to win here at Phoenix.
And then that brings Jason Miz home in the second place position. Malenko able to stave off that big battle from the 95 machine of Devin Smith, who finishes in 4th. Jeremiah Stutzman with that off-sync strategy. He's able to get and climb up into the 5th place position for the race. Joshua McClune, who was our pole sitter, led quite a few laps, but ran into some issues at the end on those restarts there. He gets home 6th. Kyra Lingerfeld 7th. Tyler Markle 8th. Andrew Pratt 9th. And Andrew St. Coeur, our first car lap down, is in 10th.
And we're going to see Max Service burn him down here on the front straightaway. Yeah, pretty narrow front stretch, so oh, he dented the back bumper already. He doesn't care. There's no inspection he has to get through.
No inspection in iRacing. They already passed it because of fixed setups. All these cars are on the same setup, so it's just down to how the driver adapts to the setup and just survives the car for the most part and is able to get around this track quickly. And Max Service is that guy today.
Right, well, we're going to get through our podium finishers here. We should be able to talk to all of them, I believe so. So, be right back as we're going to get to it here with Malenko. We're going to bring him in here. If I can. There we go. Yep. Hey. Oh. Hey, Malenko, the booth is on your line. You got a copy?
Yep.
Okay, so 3rd place was not on the plan for today. Maybe 2nd place, but wild race. Just kind of walk us through it.
Oh, we really have the strat to win here. We've hit every 50 laps. Everybody was running 60, 10 more laps each stint for no reason. They were just falling back. The only one that was pit in with me on 145 was Army Dad. He was the only one with the pace to actually make this 10 laps extra, 20 laps extra on the next stint, 30 on the next, because you can go 60, so 120, 60, 120, 180. I went 50, 100, 150, so It was just, if that caution doesn't come out for a single car spin of Army down the front stretch, I win the race.
Right. So you saw that happen in front of you. What was kind of going through your mind as you watched that?
So I saw in the middle of four that his wheel was locked up and he was going straight towards the wall. So it was easy to avoid. It was just surprising more than anything. I just didn't, well, really no one thought it should have been a caution.
Yeah, it really shook the race up entirely. He did flip over on the front straightaway, so that was shocking. That surprised me.
I didn't see the flip. I saw him go back into the lot. I didn't actually see him flip.
Yeah, I was joking with you earlier about cars flipping at Phoenix, and I guess I did see it. But yeah. So now you're lining up on these restarts, and you have the oldest tires. What's going through your mind, especially the one with about 25 to go? You have 6 lap older tires than the next oldest of the drivers on the lead lap. What was kind of going through your mind and able to kind of make it work and maybe try to secure a win?
On the first restart, I lined up second next to Party People. He kind of self-spun, and I ran 1 and 2, and that was it on the tire. Then the next one, I don't know what happened for the second caution to come up, but on that restart, I ran 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, so I was like not pitting for running 1.5 lap.
Right. Well,
Max was just the fastest car. Yeah, I needed it to stay green to win. It's just I wasn't the fastest car on pace.
was there anything you could have done differently with Max Service and or Miz?
Well, really, I needed to go green the whole way to win, or at the first restart when I wind up second. Clear if Party People just kind of wiggled and I got by him off of 2. Max and all that would have had to pass Party People and all that. I would have been able to get a gap and just feel out of rhythm and all that, but it didn't happen like that. Shit happens. We'll just go on the next week at Dega and see what happens.
Right on. Well, congratulations on the 3rd place finish, and good luck to you next week at Dega.
Thank you.
All right, and that was Malico. Devin, I'm going to go ahead and hand you off to 2nd place finisher Miz. And there he is.
Hey, Jason Miz, you have a copy of this? Is Devin in the booth?
Yes, I do.
Hey, man, great 2nd place finish for you there. We didn't know if you would be able to get back up through the pack, but you were able to make it happen after that restart. Kind of walk it through us from your perspective.
Early in the race, I had damage, so I was just trying to bite my time. Figured we'd have a caution way before we did. Once I got it fixed, I could actually drive it again. So I could get up through some cars, and then just happened to catch cautions at the right time. Once I was up in the front 3, I knew I could at least stay there.
Yeah, you had some big battles with the 7 of Malenko. Eventually, you just kind of bullied him out of the way. Was it just kind of, I need to get by this guy so I can try and catch Max Service? Is that what's going through your head?
I didn't mean to use him up. It just kind of happened that way. And I told him I apologized right away, but I felt if I could get by him a few laps before that, I could have battled with Max for a lap or 2. He was definitely fast.
Yeah, Max was getting out to a pretty good lead there, but I have to say that battle between you and Malenko, I mean, it lasted quite a long time. Did that hurt your tire life? You said you needed to get to him, probably get by him a couple laps sooner. Was the tires just too far gone to try to put any charge into trying to catch Service after you got by him?
No, I don't think it was anything to do with tires. It was just more laps left in the race. Really, my tires all race were good. I just got around the track real well. It was just not that damage early. It was what cost. I think if I didn't have that, I might have been able to really have some Max at the end.
Well, I'm sure you're still happy with a 2nd place finish. Congratulations on that 2nd place finish. Hopefully, you can carry this momentum into Talladega next week.
Yes, sir. Thank you much.
Right on. Well, that was Jason Miz, our 2nd place finisher. Now we're going to bring in our race winner, driver of the 81, Max Service. How are you doing?
I'm doing great after that. A lot better than I was with what, 50 to go?
It was not looking great for your strategy. What was the strategy coming into today, or was there any?
The strategy on the first run was go as long as I could and see what we could do, and after that, I knew we were going to be a little short. I thought I could save gas a little bit more efficiently than I could, as I always do. I've done it before in the league. And kind of screwed myself with it. I should have just kept going. I think I would have easily had the race either way if I did, but I decided to make it a little challenging.
All right, so when the caution came on lap 156, what was going through your mind then, and kind of where were you in your strategy? Did it help or hurt? I guess it ultimately helped, but
I really needed it a few laps later, honestly. I needed the front three, I think, to pit, and it would have worked out a little bit better. We wouldn't have needed the second caution there, because ultimately that won the race for me, being able to line up with the top two there.
right. And then your line up on that restart. Did you know how your tires compare to Malenko and the rest of the field, and what was kind of the game plan heading into that final restart with 25 to go?
I felt like we were pretty equal, especially for the first couple laps of a run there. I was absolutely terrible. The car, I was set up for a really, really long run, and it definitely showed on the first few laps and really qualifying. I couldn't get as much lap time as I wanted to.
Right on. Devin, if you have anything to ask, go for it.
Not much, but congratulations on the win, Max. That was a great drive from you. Like Emerson was saying, with about 50 to go there, we saw you battling with Joseph Cossey and Malenko, and you were hanging on right there with them. Then you just kind of started to fall back. Was that kind of your own doing, just trying to save as much fuel and tires as you could, or?
Yeah, being relatively new to the iRacing service, I haven't really had an opportunity to save much fuel, so I always feel like I can save a lot more than I actually can. And definitely in that situation, it's a learning experience to be able to know what to do next time when we're as short as we were in that situation. But I definitely chose to back off and save a lot of gas there, and I still think I was going to be a little bit short at the end of the race, even with the aggressive saving that I was trying to do.
Well, ultimately, it worked out for you in the end. The cautions, like you said, helped. Very unfortunate for a couple of your competitors for those cautions. We were having a great race with the green flags, but ultimately, I think you'll take it, and hopefully you can continue this momentum into Dega next week.
Hopefully. I love me some plate racing.
All right, well, thank you for joining us, Max. Great win. We'll see you next week. And, yeah, good luck the rest of the way.
Thank you.
And that was Max Service, our race winner today here at Phoenix. And Devin, what are our takeaways from our first oval race of the season, our first short track race of the season? And what is kind of the outlook you take from this race?
Well, I still think that this was pretty much Joseph Cossey's race to lose, and he did find a way to lose it. Unfortunately, it looked like he had a wheel malfunction where his wheel just gave out on him again and locked up, and he hit the wall. And I mean, it did bring in a caution, car flipping on the front stretch. He hadn't really nowhere to go, even though he was out of the race line. But if we had cars side by side, he still kind of would have been in the way. So I think that's why the caution was thrown. Ultimately, it hurt some guys and it helped some guys, but it definitely made the ending of the race very exciting for us, and I expect to see that excitement continue into Talladega.
Right on. Well, the Phoenix Raceway never fails to disappoint, whether it's the current version or the 2008 version. Of course, a huge congratulations to our winner, Max Service. Make sure you tune in next Wednesday night, August 26th, 8 p.m. Eastern. You're not going to want to miss it. It's the Outlaw Sim Series, round number 3 of 36 at the Talladega Super Speedway. This has been Devin Zimmerman and Emerson Arden on the call tonight, and we will see you next time.